Learn English through stories. Intermediate English. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Welcome to English with Cheri. This channel helps you improve your English through fun, memorable stories. Today, you will learn a famous English tongue twister. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Read along, listen carefully, and repeat out loud as you watch the story. Speaking with rhythm and repetition will help you remember English more easily. Don't just learn English, live it through stories. Ice cream emergency. Cheri was walking calmly down the street when someone suddenly shouted, "I scream." Another person answered loudly, "You scream." Then everyone nearby shouted together, "We all scream for ice cream." The ground shook. Ice cream fell from the sky, and Cheri realized something very strange had just begun. Melted doorway. In front of Cheri, a giant ice cream cone began to melt and slowly opened into a doorway. Cold air rushed out, smelling like vanilla and chocolate. Before she could think, Cheri stepped forward and slipped inside. She landed in a colorful world where everything wobbled, dripped, and laughed. The first scream. A large scoop of ice cream suddenly fell from the sky and landed on Cheri's head. It was freezing cold, so Cheri shouted in surprise, "I scream!" To her shock, the scoop screamed back at the same time. The sound echoed across the land, like music announcing a celebration. Everyone joins. People suddenly appeared from behind popsicles and candy trees. They pointed at Cheri and shouted, "You scream!" Then they shouted together, "We all scream for ice cream." As their voices rose, more ice cream appeared everywhere. Cheri realized that screaming here was not rude, but important. Strange rules. A floating sign slowly spun in the air in front of Cheri. It explained the rules of Ice Cream Land very clearly. Rules of Ice Cream Land. 1. If ice cream melts, everyone must chant, "I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream." 2. If someone screams, others must share ice cream. 3. No one is ever allowed to scream alone. The ice cream cat. A striped ice cream cat appeared and smiled in a mysterious way. Cheri asked why everyone kept screaming instead of speaking normally. The cat explained that clear words create ice cream in this world. Then it repeated softly, "I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream," before disappearing into sprinkles. Trying the words. Cheri decided to practice carefully. She pointed forward and said clearly, "I scream." A scoop of ice cream appeared in front of her. Then she said, "You scream," and another scoop appeared. She smiled and finished, "We all scream for ice cream." Too fast, too messy. Cheri became excited and said the sentence too quickly. She rushed through. "I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream." Suddenly, everything froze. The sky stopped moving, and the ice cream stopped dripping. Cheri understood that speed without clarity caused problems. Slow and clear. Cheri stopped and took a deep breath. She spoke again, slowly and clearly. "I scream," she said, and the ground moved slightly. "You scream," she continued, and a scoop blinked awake. Finally, she said, "We all scream for ice cream," and the world returned to life. Sour trouble. A sour green sorbet stormed into the scene, shouting angrily, It demanded that everyone stop screaming immediately. The land froze again as the sorbet complained. Cheri calmly explained that they were not angry. She said they were learning English by saying, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Together works. Cheri gathered everyone and asked them to speak together. They repeated the sentence with clear rhythm and strong voices. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, they said together. As they spoke, they laughed and felt more confident. The land became brighter with every repetition. The secret. Cheri noticed something important about learning language. When people repeated, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, they remembered it easily. When they spoke together, they felt less nervous. The ice cream was fun, but repetition and rhythm were the real power. One last test. The ice cream cat returned and gave Cheri a final challenge. It asked her to say the tongue twister 3 times clearly. Cheri slowed down and focused carefully. She repeated, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, without mistakes. A golden scoop floated gently into her hands. Everyone learns. People of all ages practiced the sentence together. Some made mistakes and laughed when ice cream splashed everywhere. Others spoke clearly and celebrated. Everyone repeated, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, until it felt natural. Time to leave. A familiar doorway slowly appeared in the distance. Cheri realized it was time to return home. Before leaving, she asked everyone to say the sentence one last time. Together they shouted, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, with joy. Back home. Cheri stepped back into the real world holding a melting ice cream cone. The street looked normal again, and everything was quiet. However, the sentence stayed clearly in her mind. She could hear the rhythm every time she thought about it. You remember too. Now, when you hear the phrase, you remember the sound and rhythm. You remember how speaking clearly helped you understand faster. You also remember that learning English can be playful and fun. The sentence stays in your mind because you practiced it many times. Sing it together.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Cold and sweet, can't be beat. Ice cream is a yummy treat. Ice cream, you scream, laugh and shout. We all scream, let's sing it out.
What about you? Can you say the sentence slowly and clearly out loud now? Can you repeat? I scream, you scream, we all scream. For ice cream? With confidence? Does speaking together feel easier than speaking alone? Practice again, because enjoying the rhythm helps you remember English better. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.